Hey guys, it's Orphan Slayer from YCCFilms. This is going to be my first tutorial, in which I hope will be an averagely long series of tutorials. I'm new to recording tutorials, so if I suck, well, sorry. Anyway, this series is going to be about Sony Vegas, specifically editing Halo 3 montages. I don't claim to be incredible with Vegas, but I do know my way around. This tutorial is pretty much going to go over the basics of Sony Vegas for new or relatively new editors. For those of you who are not familiar with Sony Vegas, it's a video editing program like Windows Movie Maker, although, as you can probably tell, it's much more advanced. It may look kind of daunting at first, but trust me, it doesn't take long to get used to. Vegas costs around $600, if I remember correctly, but there are other, more shady methods of downloading it for free. Anyway, let's get started going over the basics of Vegas. Alright, so as you can see, this is Sony Vegas that I have opened up here. You got your main windows here at the top. So let's just go over these one by one. First we have these three: the Explorer, the Trimmer, and the Media Manager, which I actually don't even have installed, but anyway. These, I rarely ever use. The Explorer and the Project Media are really similar, but I don't actually like to use the Explorer as much. Don't know why, probably for personal preference, but so let me just get rid of these. But anyway, if you accidentally find yourself closing out of a window, say if I had accidentally closed out of the Project Media, you can get that back by going to View and then Project Media and pull that back up, or you can go to the Windows layouts and head on over to Load Default Layout, and it's going to bring everything from the default back. So let me get rid of the Explorer, the Trimmer, and the Media Manager, because I'm not going to be using them today. Alright, so, actually, I probably don't need this either. Never use that. Alright, so you got your preview over here, and your Project Media Transitions, Video Effects, and Media Generators over here. Alright, so, first thing you're going to need to know is the Project Media. So, to import something new, like a Halo clip, into your Project Media, you have to just hit this button here to import media. You could go to File, Import, and then Media, but I find it a lot more simple to just hit this. So, let's see, let's just bring in my Snowbound Triple Snipe. Right, so that'll show up in your Project Media window up top. Yeah, actually, in your projects, you just gotta drag it down here. Alright, so now that you have that in there, you can just go through it with this up here. I'll just play through it slowly. You can also drag down here, which is kind of more smooth, more free. And you got these buttons down here to play it. That'll just play from wherever your bar is at the moment. You can pause it. Say, go back here and play it again. And if you stop it, that's gonna put it down back at the original bar that you had. Alright, so that is pretty much all these buttons down here. Actually, I forgot about these two right here. These are actually really important. You can hit these to go to the beginning and the end of any set of media. So, say you got you over here, you just want to quickly jump back to front, you just hit this. Also, the thing I forgot to mention is, if you're at a certain point along the frame, you can just hit the spacebar to start playing it, and again to stop it, which is really convenient if you're just previewing an effect. So you got the audio and the video tracks over here. They pretty much allow you to put new media in there. So if I wanted to say add a new song, I could say insert audio track, and I'm going to go into iTunes and Limelight by Rush, which I used in my last montage. Just drag that in here and just come on over to here and pull this back to where it is, and then you can just play through that, and that should play your song along there. But I'm not actually going to use any media for now, so I'll delete that. Alright, so that's pretty much those. That's all you really need to know about them. All the other stuff is kind of complex. So with the actual clip, some important things that I actually didn't know first that I figured them out was really helpful was splitting clips. So this clip doesn't actually start until around here, so you can just hit the S button on your keyboard and that'll split it into two separate clips. You can just come over here and delete the first one. Of course you can also, let me just undo that, and you can just have this bar here and just drag it over from here and it'll start it there. And let's see, let's go to the end and we can just split that and delete it, get rid of that, and just have the clip trim to the part that actually plays. Alright, so as you can see, there's a little black bar around the side of my clip, and that actually is from my capture card, which is pretty crappy, but you know, use what I can. But anyway, so to get rid of that, you can just go into the crop, which I just pulled up right here, the event pan crop, pull that up, and this allows you to move around your clip. So you can have it like over here. I don't know why you would, but anyway, just restore that. You can just grab this and bring it in a little bit, and that'll just cut that out. You can actually save this preset if you want. So if I wanted to just call this something like cut out, you can just save that, and that should save, and then it's one of your presets in here, so you can use that on all your clips really easily, so that's nice. Alright, so another important thing is crossfades and fade offsets, so, and the opacity. So opacity is here, you drag that and that'll actually shows how transparent your clip is. So if you had two clips on top of each other and you moved the one clip, you wanted the one clip to show through the other one a little bit, you could just move the opacity down really low and put it on top of the other clip so that it would just barely show through. Also, the fade offset is pretty much the same thing. As you can see, it just takes the opacity and it makes a little curve out of it so that the video is going to fade in gradually as opposed to just flashing in. So that's a nice little effect to have. Crossfade you're going to need two, so let's import, I don't know, just bring in a 2-for-1 trip, put it in, and a crossfade is really simple. All you have to do is pull it on top and that'll make a nice crossfade, although it may not show up nicely on my computer. Let's just see how this works. My Sony Vegas is kind of laggy and bad, but let's see. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. It fades in on it. Maybe a little nicer if I cut some more out of this. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe. Just check it out. It's like 10-second crossfade. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, if you try that yourself, it'll look a lot nicer, and especially after you render it, which I will go over in a later tutorial rendering.